So again we'll start from the OSGI introduction. So first of all, OSGI stands for the Open Service Gateway Initiative, and it's just simple a framework. It was introduced in 1999. Yeah, and after that it's just a non-profitable framework. So a lot of vendor is there who implements. So it's just only the specification. It's just simple of specification. That means they have defined only the classes and the interfaces, but the implementation they don't provide. So we have some of the vendor is there who provide the implementations, like Apache Felix is there, Eclipse is there, Spring DM. Yeah, and another thing, like initially it has targeted to developing the embedded devices, just like a washing machine is nothing but your embedded device. ATM is there, ATM is also a embedded devices. Yeah, but nowadays we are using the OSGI framework for developing the IDs, for developing the frameworks, okay, like applications and all the stuff. And one of the example, that is Eclipse ID. So Eclipse is the most popular example of the OSGI. Yeah, so you can see. After that, what are the advantages, and what are the advantages over the Java, why we are using the OSGI framework? Like there we have a normal Java as well. In the Java we can define all the stuff, all classes and all the things, classes, variable and the methods. Then why we are using this OSGI framework? So it has fast as compared to a Java, normal Java. Why it is fast? Because of, consider now you have two jar files, like jar A, and here you have a jar B. You have two jar files, and two jar file is there, and I have one class that is example. My class name is example, and this class, so consider we have a number of jar files, not only 10 jar files consider, and in 10th number your example is present, example class is present in your 10th jar file. But according to the precedence, that compiler comes and it will execute one by one, and it will try to see that example is there or not. Okay, it will see that example class is present inside your jar A. If it is not there, then it will try to find out in your jar B. If it is not present there, then it will try to find out everywhere, and at the last that example is we are getting this example. But in our OSGI framework it's not like that. They are maintaining the index, they are managing the index. So wherever that file is storing, they already have the locations. So by using the indexing or by using the location, you can easily get this example. So how they will store? So simple. First of all, here you see, first of all we have a package. This is the package, and after that it's a class name. So it will store like that. So inside your jar file, consider this is your jar, and inside the jar it will store the packages and the class. So it will find out like this. Okay, so that's why it has fast. Later it reduce the complexity. Obviously it will reduce the complexity. Now for making one bridge, entire bridge, it will take some time, but for you are making small module of this bridge, then it will not take a lot of time. Like only one guy is making all the bridge, so it will take a lot of time, and lot of people are making of one only single module. They are developing one module, so it will not take a lot of time. So the same for making one jar file, it's not taking a lot of time, but for making lot of jar file but individual, and for making only one jar file, and we have writing all the code inside one jar file, then it will take a lot of time. So that means here we have a concept of the bundle. Here we have a concept of bundle. That means our OSGI work on the bundles only. Yeah, and these bundles, and what does it mean by the bundle? So bundle contains your dot class file. Bundle contains your dot class file, resources, and some metadata. I'll discuss this thing, but before that we have to know that. So first of all, these bundles are independent with each other, so they are not dependent. So that's why they are reducing the complexity. That means we don't need to be develop all the things at a one time. you can divide this and you can develop it. Yeah, reusable, that means when you are developing one module you can use anywhere. Yeah, and the dynamic updates we already see. What does it mean by the dynamic updates? So OSGI configuration concept is there. OSGI configuration concept is there. What does it mean by the OSGI configuration? So you have written one class, consider this is the class A, and inside this class if you want some dynamic data like dynamic value you want to pass it. So by using this OSGI configuration we can easily pass it inside our class. Not even one, if you want to add more than one field then you can just simply create here and you can call this OSGI configuration inside your class. So it has some annotations by calling our OSGI configurations, so you can see that things. After that, so versioning. Versioning, what does it mean by the versioning? Like here you have a old jar, that is jar 1.0. okay, and new jar you have added some code, and after that new jar is created. So it will directly fetch this new jar, it will not fetch this old. Why? Because of all the changes you have made it inside jar 2.0. so it will start to fetching new version, not old one. So it's maintain the versioning as well. So it will create, if you are changing something, so it will automatically create this versioning as well. Okay, after that we have to know, we need to know what does it mean by the OSGI architecture. Okay, so it has a 5 methods, it has a 5 phases, that is execution environment layer, module layer, lifecycle layer, and service and security layer. Okay, so we'll see individually, but before that we'll discuss this module layer. What does it mean by this module layer? So I'll show you one thing. Come here, localhost 4502 system console bundle. So I'm just going inside the bundles, and here all bundles are showing. See here we have a 585 bundle is there, and all bundle is in active. So where is that bundle is stored and where this bundle is presenting? So this all the bundle is stored inside this module layer. Okay, all your 585 bundle that is present inside your module layer. That's the thing, this is the architecture, no? So all your data it's maintaining, all your OSGI it's maintaining by using this OSGI architecture. So we have all you, this is the bundle that is present inside your module layer. After that we have a lifecycle layer. Lifecycle layer, that means here we have one lifecycle. See, this is the lifecycle. So that phase, this is the phase, this is the phase is responsible to manage this lifecycle. Entire lifecycle will manage inside this phase. After that we have a service layer. Okay, so here we have a concept of @component. Okay, and here another thing, we have a service. We have two things, the OSGI component and OSGI service. So both are registered, this component and the service are registered inside your service layer. You can say that all this OSGI component and OSGI service is reside inside your service layer. Okay, but it will execute this see all the code. Whenever you are writing the code of OSGI code, then we have only two options. You can write the OSGI code in your OSGI component, otherwise you can write the code in your OSGI service. Yeah, here we have two options. If you want to write the OSGI, then you can simply use these two things. So all these two things are reside in your service layer. But when we want to execute these things, or we want some platform to execute this component and the service, then we have this execution environment layer. By using this layer, we can execute our component and services, but where it's reside, it's present inside your service layer. And at the last we have a security layer. What does it mean by the security? So when you are performing the life cycle, of your bundle, that time, all the time we have to log in, yeah, and log out internally. When you are deleting, then we have to log out. When you are activating, or you are first time your bundle is born, that time we have to log in it. Yeah, so when I'm coming here, So here first of all we have to log in at the first state here inside the, then you can able to access this interface. This is the GUI, then this is the bundle, you are able to access it. So this all the security related things it will perform in this security layer. Yeah, all the permission, user level permission or the administrative permission that is managed by this security layer. Yeah, so all these security related things it will perform inside your, and it will manage your security. This is the architecture. After that, tell me the difference between the jar and the bundle. Here we have a jar and bundle. We have two things. What does it mean by the jar and what does it mean by the bundle? So see, you have one project. This is the project that we have, and at the end this project whatever you have developed, when you deploy, one jar file will create. At the end of the day, one jar file will create, one jar file will create. Okay, and inside this jar, all whatever the code that you have written, that all the code that is present inside your jar, and later that you can just, if you want to use this jar in third party, you can easily use it in your website or somewhere in some other application. If you want to use this jar, you can use it. Yeah, but what are the things that is present inside your jar? So that means here we have a dot class file. When you write the code, there we have only one thing, that is dot java. That means your source code. Okay, and this source code is convert to your dot class file. When you deploy the code, that time your dot java code converted, this java code convert and compile into an dot class file. So where it will store? So it will store inside your jar. Another thing, it will not store only your dot class file, it will store your resources as well. Here we have a resources. The resources may be your images, photos, videos, and it's a XML file, JPG file, and etc. Yeah, I'll show you. And after that it has only two things. This is the thing that is present inside your jar file. Okay, and what does it mean by the bundle then? Okay, this is the jar we have completed, and tell me the difference between jar and the bundle. So there is only one difference. It has some additional functionality, that is metadata. Inside your bundle you have only one extra functionality or additional thing, that is metadata. Yeah, and this metadata is responsible to run your life cycle of the bundle. If you want to run, see, this is the life cycle. Here we have a stop, refresh, yeah, and the delete option. That is nothing but your life cycle. And if you want to maintain this life cycle internally, then we have one option, that is manifest. Yeah, this is the metadata. And in this bundle, inside this bundle we have one file, that is metadata, and it is responsible to perform to run your life cycle of the bundle. This is the thing. Yeah, and here we have this is the manifest, this is also manifest, and there are the classes are using, and after that we are deploying. Okay, so here you see, now we have the headers. Okay, we have the headers, and it will perform the main role for your OSGI or for your bundle. So now I'll show you. Just come here. So this is my project. Yeah, this is here, this one is my project I have opened, and all our code where we have written. OSGI is nothing but your backend code. OSGI give you only the platform to store your backend code. Here you see, when I'm coming here, if I'll try to open this one, here you see all your backend code is stored. So these are nothing but your packages. Okay, so now we'll see what's the difference between the jar and the bundle. So first thing, inside our when you have when you are creates your project, and whatever the task that company will give you, you will finish, and after that once you have deployed, one jar file will create, and inside the jar some your dot class file will store. Yeah, so here you see, here we have a dot class file. That means when we have deploy, at that time that compilation also done, and when you compile, first of all what we have a source code. Source code, that means is nothing but your dot java file. After that, when you compile, it will convert to dot class file. But where is this dot class file will store? So it will store inside your class. yeah, inside your jar. It will store inside your jar, and after that it will it's not store only the dot class file. It will store the resources, and resources may be nothing but your images, videos, and XML, GPG, and the etc. Yeah, but the yeah, it will store only these two things. But when we talk about the bundle, inside the bundle it will store the dot class file as well as the resources and the metadata. So it has one additional functionality. There is only one difference. It has one additional functionality, that is metadata. And inside the what does it mean by this metadata and what this meta is doing? So it's capture, okay, it store all the information related to your bundles and the OSGI, and it's responsible to executing, it's responsible to run your bundle lifecycle. So because of this your bundle lifecycle will run. Yeah, and not even bundle lifecycle, and inside this we have a lot of headers. Inside this we have a lot of headers, and each and individual header performs some logic. That means here we have a headers, these are the headers, and where it will present this, all the header, it's present in your metadata. So what does it mean? So here we have a lot of, so for example you have a bundle, okay, one bundle is there for your project, one bundle will create. So where it will create, for that localhost 4502 system console bundle. Yeah, here we have a lot of bundles, and from this bundle this one is our own bundle that we are working on. So here you see, here we have a symbolic name. Symbolic name, that means nothing but your package name or your bundle name. So this one is your bundle name. So here you see the same thing. This is the symbolic name. After that somewhere we have a descriptions. So this is the description. So it will provide some information, yeah, to your bundle. So this one is a symbolic name, is nothing but your bundle name. Yeah, this one is your bundle name. Here we have a bundle descriptions. This is the vendor of your bundle, yeah, and the version of the bundle, and these three are the important headers: this export, import, and the bundle activator. What does it mean by the export? Like this one is your current bundle. Consider this bundle A is your current bundle, and here you have a bundle B and bundle C. Yeah, and inside your bundle A you have some dependencies. Consider you have them dependency, and this dependency if you want to use inside your bundle B and bundle C, that time we have to write the export here. Yeah, this bundle header we have to write inside your bundle A. So this header, yeah, what is this? This one is the export package. Yeah, inside that you have to write the package. What we are exporting? We are exporting the package. Then we have to write only packages. Yeah. So where we are exporting? We are exporting in B. Yeah, all these things we are exporting to B. So that time we have to write the export package header. If you want to import, like inside we have a B and the C jar file is there or bundle is there, and from this bundle you want some of the things, then we have to import. Here we have to use one header, that is import package. You can simply use the import package, and by using this import package you can import the dependencies from the another bundles. Yeah, but where we can return these bundles? So this all the bundles we write inside our manifest.emf, that means inside our metadata. Okay, let's go and see whatever I'll tell you, these are things are right or not. So which one is our bundle? First of all, here we have our project. Just go inside this. After that we knows that all our backend code is stored in our core, and our bundle is also work as a backend, so it will present inside our code. And when you deploy, that time one target file will create. Yeah, the target, that means first of all when you are deploying, before deploying .java is there, .java file is there, but after you deploy, that target file will generate this one, and inside that all your compilation file will store. Here we have a target, but we don't have a jar file, so for that we have to deploy the code. We have to deploy the code. We haven't deployed. So if I'm going in all target, yeah, it has this jar file. So if I'll try to open this, I'll just, for the example, I'm just copying this one, come here anywhere, just like a desktop. Here I'm just creating one folder like a jar file. Yeah, this is the jar file, I'm pasting it here. After that, just extract here and see. Yeah, so it has created one meta INF, that means meta INF, and here we have this manifest file. So it has lot of these things. It's not a core. Why? Because of we haven't deployed. See, I am just going in the all, and after that I'm just deploying. Okay, I'm not deploying in my code. So when I deploy in my code, that time classes file will available there, dot classes file, and metadata and some of the resources will available. But in our case, in our all, we don't have this functionality. So here we only have the meta INF. So just try to go there and just double click. Here we don't have this thing, so we have to deploy it. We don't have any other options. Okay, so I have another project, I'll show you from there. Like April project is there. Yeah, here we have a jar file, so I'm just copying. Extract here only. Why this file is not removing? Copy, come somewhere. Yeah, so it has extracted, and inside this, here you see, here when I double clicking here, here we have a dot class file. So when you are clicking, this is nothing but your package. This one is nothing but your package. So here your package is like that: com dot adobe dot aem search core, and here we have a lot of packages just like filter, listener, model, and the scheduler. So when you are clicking, double click here, here you see inside your target folder dot class file is stored. Inside your jar file, dot class file is stored. Okay, but after, here this is the first thing, here it's the second, that is meta INF. Here we in OSGI, these are nothing but your resources. See, these are nothing but your resources. I think it's a XML file. So these are your resources. And here if I'm clicking inside our manifest, just try to open this. Yeah, so here you see, here we have a lot of options, lot of header, just like this one is your description and your symbolic name, that means name of your bundle. After that we have a version, and here we have a export packages. That means inside our class, inside our project, we have a lot of packages, and this package we are importing somewhere. So this package entry we have to write in front of our export package. Yeah, and if you want to import some package, import, then we have a import package option. Here you see import package header. So just like I want annotation, like advanced annotations I want it. So from all the APIs we are already importing here. Yeah, like servlet may be somewhere, that servlet, and some OSGI services, some scheduler. Yeah, scheduler is here, listener is here. If you want all of these things, if you want to import it, then you can easily import it. And these things, these listeners, and these schedulers, this search, this model annotation, that all models that is present inside your bundles here, except this except this one is our own. And after that we have created some 2 or 3 things. After that we have a out of the box. All of these things are out of the box bundle except 2 or 3 things. So inside that we have this dependency as well. These bundles or the dependency that is present here. Yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, after that we have a life cycle of the bundle. So how this life cycle works? So first of all, it will install. First of all, your bundle will born. Simple, your bundle will born. After that it will go in a install state. If it is going in a install state, that means you have a dependency problem. Your bundle is having a dependency problem. Dependency, what does it mean? So when you are imported a package, import package, and that time you have uses the dependencies. Okay, lot of dependency you have uses, but this dependency is not present. These are the dependency is not present in your bundle. So that time maybe that exception will throw, and this time your dependency is not resolved, so it will your bundle will stay in a install state. Yeah, your bundle will stay in the install state. So what we will do to resolve these dependencies? So for that you can simply download it from the internet. Yeah, so how? You can just download in the form of package. Maybe somewhere we can use the ACS common component. Okay, it's there. So sometime it will throw the exception. Why? Because of we have to download this package from the internet. Okay, and this package is not present in our AEM. So for that this error may be thrown. So for that we have to download it. So you can download, then error will go. And if it is resolved, okay, all the dependency is resolved, and then it will store in a resolved state. Maybe you are not having any errors or dependency issues, then it will store in a resolved state. Yeah, after that when it will resolve state, it is ready for the execution. It is ready for the execution. That means your bundle will is in active state. Here you see now these are the active state. That means your bundle are ready to use. When you are using this somewhere, consider I am using this package, that means this package is in use, it will use. Okay, and when it is in install state, that means your package is in deactive state, it will not ready for the use. Okay, and after that we have the start and the stop. These are the optionals. These are the optional phases. These are the optional phases. That means we have, if you want to pass some extra logic, then you can use this start and the stop state. So where we can use this thing? So you can just simply use inside here. So we have one header, that is bundle activator. Here you see we have one header, that is bundle activator, and you can just use this bundle activator inside this. Like this is the bundle activator we have. Okay, this is the bundle activator we have. You can use this bundle activator, and here consider now you have one package, and after the package you have one class, that is example, and here we have to write 2 things. Yeah, so we have to implement, keep in mind we have to implement one thing, that is a bundle activator only. Right now I don't have any logic, and if you want to execute, see I already told you this life cycle, that means it's a start and the stop. Starting and the stopping are the optional things. So if you want to use these things, for that we have to call the start method, and you can write your logic here. Just close it, and if you want to use the stop method, you can use here. So for that, whenever whatever the logic you have, just you can write inside your stop. Yeah, so this is the thing. Okay, so let's start to write the code. Okay, this one is our weekend core, and this one is our code. So inside this, now I'm just going to write one code inside my services. Just right click, create a class. Yeah, so here I'm using example. It's taking a lot of time. It has taken a lot of time. Okay, so now this is your normal class. Now this class you want to convert into an OSGI components or the OSGI services. For that we have to use @component. When you have uses the component, just consider your Java and the OSGI component are the same. But when we are talking about the OSGI service, that means it is the extension version of your OSGI components. It provides some extra functionality. Like now I have uses the components, and this one is our class. Okay, so for the and it has some. So what is the advantages? First we'll discuss about the what is the advantages in your normal Java class and your OSGI component. So it listen the life cycle of your OSGI. Yeah, this OSGI component listen the life cycle of your OSGI. So now life cycle may be activate. So for that they have introduced the annotation, that is activate. You can use this annotation and name may be anything, so I'm just giving the method like activate. Yeah, after that we have a deactivate, so you can use simply deactivate methods. So public void deactivate, and there we have the annotation like deactivate. Yeah, we have activate and the deactivate, and at the last we have a modified. Okay, so here we have created. Now what I'm doing is I'm just checking this all the functionality is working or not. So for that what we have to do, we have to write okay, so just simply I'm just checking this functionality, that means this method is working or not. So for that I'm just writing some message. So where we can write the message, so for that I'm just creating a logger factory. That means if you want to check or if you want to debug your application, so for that we have one logger factory. Just come here, where is your AEM? So my AEM is stored inside my D drive, so go there, and here we have options of AEM author. Yeah, here we have a CRX quick start, and here we have a loggers. Yeah, and here we have the main logger, that is error.log. So when you are double clicking inside that, we have a lot of code, and if you want to check your code, like this is the code that you are writing and you want to debug it, so this message will print here inside this by using some API. So I'm just using a logger factory. So private static final, I am using log is equals to logger factory dot get logger, and after that which one, this one is your class, so you have to write like this demo dot yeah, this is the thing that we have written it. What does it mean? So first of all we have to check it, we have to import it first. Now why it's showing the errors? We have to import the logger factory. It's not showing the options of the logger factory. Now it's done. Okay, so we have to import this logger org slf 4j logger. Next, and here we have a last one. Just take it this. Okay, we got this logger factory. So what does it mean and why we are using this logger? Okay, here get logger and we have to write the name. Now it is done now. Okay, so the thing is, if you want to print some messages, in this log, for that we have to use this API, that is logger factory. This is the API, we have to use it, and it has lot of methods just like a info, debug. I'll show you. Just come here and just write the log dot. Here we have a lot of methods. Here you see these are the method that is available there. So right now I'm just using info. So this is activate. Use activate methods and log dot info. This is deactivate methods, or deactivate method is executing. Log dot info, it won't execute when we update the code. Okay, so this is the thing that we have written it, and when I deploy, these things will print here. But the thing is, now if I want to create my own logger, then how I can create? So for that we have to simply come here, where in your config manager, just come here, localhost 4502 system console and the config manager. Here we have a config manager. Just come here and just simply here we have options of the sling, and here the log support. Just click here, and here you can create your logger, your custom logger, but in a cloud we cannot create it. But nowadays I'm using 6.5, so we can use it. So here we have options of the add logger. You can just click here, and which name you want to give, so it will store inside this folder. And here I'm giving a name like weekend. So this is the weekend logger will create. And here we have the options of info, error, warn, info, debug and trace. These are okay. So here where we are selected info, inside the info, these are just the warnings and the informations. Okay, so when you are clicking the info, that means you are able to use these things only. These things like debug, trace, off and the default. You are not able to use this error and the warn. So when you are selecting this error, then you are able to use this at the whatever the things that is present inside your error, that means below the error, then you are able to use these things. Okay, so let it be. Here we have to write the package name. Come here, I just want to create the logger for this package, so that's why I'm just copying. Come here and just paste it, and just after that we have to save. Okay, so we have created this. No, it hasn't created, I think. Yeah, it has created. See, so this is the thing, it has created. So we have to remove this one. Why? Because of here you see the com.adobe.aem.guides, com.adobe.aem.guides, and these are the extra things. So we'll see what it's happening. Yeah, this is the weekend.log is created now. Just come here, and here we don't have anything. So for that we have to deploy. We have to deploy and we have to check the code. So just I'm just deploying. How I can deploy? Yeah, this one is our weekend Maven clean install. Okay, so it has deployed successfully. Let's go there and just try to refresh it. Where we have a code, man? Yeah, this one. Which one is our? Yeah, weekend.log. Just double click, and here you see. So demo, this activate methods, this is the activate method. That means our method is activated, we haven't deactivated, so that's why deactivate isn't call it. So just come here and just try to deactivate. Just come here, this one, just try to delete. We have deleted successfully. Refresh the code, come here, and how we can refresh from here. Okay, so for that we have to double open this. Now our deactivator method as well called. Here you see our deactivate method is also called. That means when I have deactivate from my console, then this deactivate method also called. Okay, so how we can activate now? That means how we can include this bundle. So we have two options for deploy. You can just deploy from here, like select this and just choose your file. So bundle, that means nothing your backend code, so we have to select the backend code only. So just AEM equal to core and target, and here we have our code. So you can just simply open and just install and update. So this code will come now. Just try to refresh it once. Yeah, your bundle will appear. See, this is your bundle and your bundle is in active state now. So that's it, guys.